As many Kentuckians scramble to get signed up through the state's new healthcare exchange website, the rollout has been less than smooth. Tim Brockwell reports.
Health Cabinet spokesperson Jill Metcalf says the problems are being worked on.
We've had a few technical glitches, but we have an IT command center that is fully staffed who are working diligently to iron out any issues. People can continue to browse the site, and we encourage visitors to come back if they experience any problems with their application process.
Technicians were able to get most of the website's issues resolved yesterday afternoon. Metcalf says there's plenty of time to take advantage of the services provided by Connect.gov.
Open enrollment doesn't end until March 31st, so there's still plenty of time for individuals to go online, browse plans, comparison shop, determine if they're eligible for Medicaid or premium assistance, and get enrolled in a plan in time for coverage to begin on January 1st.
I'm Tim Brockwell.
As uninsured Americans scramble to make sense of the new health care law and begin to sign up for coverage through the newly implemented exchanges, many people may still have questions about how the new health plans will work. Tim Brockwell reports.
Currently, the only two carriers available through the Kentucky Exchange are the nonprofit Kentucky Health Cooperative and Anthem. Some may be disappointed that neither offer individual policies that cover out-of-state providers. Carrie Hall, host of the nationally syndicated America's Healthcare Advocate Show, says Kentucky Exchange customers may be getting less than they bargained for.
They're allowed to restrict access on certain of these plans in order to save money. You buy a plan and think you can go to Tennessee to get treatment, or you can go to St. Louis to Barnes Jewish for a particular cancer treatment, or MD Anderson, and it's not a covered hospital, then you don't have access to that.
According to Hall, the restrictions on the new plans are there to keep costs down. I'm Tim Brockwell.
Less than a week away from the start of Obamacare open enrollment, a local accountant has some advice for business owners and individuals who might find the looming healthcare law a bit overwhelming. Tim Brockwell reports.
Dino, an Paducah-based certified public accountant and business manager, says local businesses should maintain a wait-and-see attitude toward the new law.
What we're telling our small business clients now, make sure that you are in compliance, meaning that you have told your employees that they must buy insurance as of January 1st. Make sure that they know what the exchanges are there, and then sit back and wait. Pay attention, but don't make any decisions. Over 60% of Obamacare has been repealed or delayed. Lots of things happening there. Let the dust settle, then we'll know a whole lot more about it.
The sheer complexity of the law and the fact that provisions of it continue to change has created an atmosphere of uncertainty, according to Owen. He says many businesses are playing it safe when facing the unknown. He says people are underestimating the amount of the fine they'll face if they fail to enroll in some form of health insurance plan by January 1st.
People feel like, well, the fine's only $95. It's either $95 or 1% of their family income. So the fine can be quite a bit more than what some folks are expecting.
Individuals can begin enrolling in the new health insurance exchanges tomorrow. I'm Tim Brockwell.
Officer Austin Gwill is back in Paducah after being released from Deaconess Hospital in Evansville. Tim Brockwell has more.
Family, friends, and co-workers greeted Gwill Monday evening as he arrived at the Marshall Niemer Pavilion at Lourdes Hospital, where he's being admitted to continue his recovery. As onlookers clapped and cheered, balloons and welcome signs adorned the area, and smiles were in no short supply. Officer Gwill was seriously injured in an accident early last Wednesday at 7th and Madison Streets in Paducah. Chief Brandon Barnhill was among those welcoming Officer Gwill home. He said he's happy to see him back in Paducah.
He's a young guy, he's strong, but yet he's gone through quite a bit. It's quite a bit of trauma to his body, mentally and physically both. But we expect nothing less out of him than a full recovery. We're here to do whatever it takes to get there.
Although Gwill's injuries are extensive, Barnhill said he's expecting him to make a full recovery. I'm Tim Brockwell.
U.S. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell responded to criticism over his support of funding for the Olmsted Lock and Dam project. Tim Brockwell reports.
The deal has drawn fire from Senator John McCain, who calls the provision, quote, disgraceful, unquote. Senator Mitch McConnell spoke about the funding during a Thursday morning interview on The Greg Dunker Show. He said it will actually save taxpayers money.
The Army Corps of Engineers requested it. Both House and Senate passed an authorization for it. Every single senator had a chance to review it, and none asked for it to be taken out. The authorization actually saves $160 million for taxpayers, and it's pretty darn rare that you're able to save money in a spending bill.
McConnell has been a supporter of the Olmsted project for years. I'm Tim Brockwell.
The Marshall County Rotary Club invited U.S. Senator Rand Paul to speak at its weekly luncheon on Monday at Majestic Pizza and Steakhouse in Draffinville. Tim Brockwell was there.
During a post-speech interview, I asked Senator Paul about the recent reopening of the federal government and if there was any backlash due to him voting against the budget proposal that ended the shutdown. Paul Paul responded,
I think most people we've run into have been very supportive and feel like that we can't keep accumulating new debt. There was no easy solution in the sense that we had a $17 trillion debt, and then we also had a near-term deadline that was closing down the government. So I don't think it's a good idea to close the government, but I also don't think it's a good idea to spend money without restraint.
Paul said the current system is unsustainable. I'm Tim Brockwell.
October is Fire Prevention Month, and now is a good time to take some common sense precautions around your home to lower the risk of fire-related accidents. Tim Brockwell reports.
As temperatures begin to drop dramatically across our area, many people will soon be starting up their heaters for the first time in quite a while. Mayfield Fire Department Training Officer Jeremy Creason says there are some very easy things that can be done to stay safe as colder weather sets in.
Always pay close attention to your space heaters. You need about a 3-foot radius around every space heater to keep that empty. Be careful plugging multiple things into wall outlets, that type of thing.
The Mayfield Fire Department responds to all kinds of situations, but by far the number one cause of fires, according to Creason, is overloaded electrical circuits. This is especially true as the temperature falls, as folks dust off their trusty power-hungry space heaters to keep warm. I'm Tim Brockwell.